Hey everybody, back to do another unboxing slash controller customization. Calling this one Galactic. So as you can see, brand new controller. Gonna get that tab. Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, desk is a little messy. I was doing a cleaning. You know, sometimes controllers get a little crusty, for lack of a better term. I cleaned it up for you. Some of the buttons sticking, no problem. I got you. All right, just getting all the tools out right now. First, want to get in here, pop this baby open. It takes a lot more strength than you would think, but as always, nothing's broken. Get that off too. Yeah, that one flew quite a bit. Let's see, nothing's broken. All the clips still there. All right, so we're gonna take these and put these to the side. My stickers still haven't come in yet. They're gonna come in, I think, next week. I hope to be able to put a sticker where this one is. So instead of just, taking up this sticker and then leaving a blank space, being able to put something that says the brand that I'm trying to get recognized, that'll definitely be great. Well, this sticker's being stubborn. Doesn't want to leave. All right. Let's get it then. Peel that up gently. You don't want too much residue left behind. There it is. So this time, I actually do have my electronic screwdriver, or electric screwdriver, how you want to say it. T8 screws are what you're taking out. So you need to make sure that you get your T8 for the external screws, and then T6 for the internal. Those will be easy enough. Let's move this. I'm probably not going to need these for a little bit. All my cleaning supplies and the extra buttons from last time over here. But this shouldn't take near as long as the first controller I did. These screws are in here really tight. Can't even get them out. Oh yeah, that one came out. Real nice. So this is the Wow Stick F1 Plus, I think, something like that. But it doesn't always have enough power to get through the tougher screws. Yeah. Definitely charged it up and everything, and it's still Having just a little bit of trouble getting these tougher screws out. Yeah. But then again, the screws that I'm taking out, I think it's just Microsoft does their screws really, really tight. They're nicely seated so that they don't fall out or anything. Yeah, because the ones at the top near the bumpers, those are easy to come out. And then for whatever reason, the ones at the bottom near the base of the controller are a little harder to get out. All right, so we got the shell off. Saving all my shells. Like I said, I'm gonna probably customize them, sell them separately, all that good stuff. Let me take the back off here. There you go. So this is gonna get used again. I'll put that over there anyway. All of the buttons, I'm gonna keep all the buttons and the bumpers and all that good stuff. So what we have to do is switch the bit to the T6. I'll come in here, you got one, if I can actually see, one right here, one right here, one right here. Or well, these two are the only ones that you need to worry about for the back. But then there's two here, and then there's, I think, 4 more on the second board. So we're just gonna come in nice and tight and screw that out. I'll say one thing is really nice, having a magnetic bit. Oh, it's beautiful. That beautiful. So I'm gonna just take these out while I can see them. So another one there. And another one there. Beautiful. Okay. So what I can do now is I could take out the vibration motors and then take off the back. So that's what we're gonna do. Or oh my goodness, I can't think. This circuit board here. But you know what? I should have actually taken off the bumper assembly. So let's do that now. So take off bumper assembly. What you're gonna do is you're gonna look at the controller and see these 2 tabs right here. Boom, boom. Gonna just wedge in there. Yep, that's 1, that's 2. And they're just little clips. The only thing is that they can be a little finicky. Yeah, that one went right back in. This one's up. I can. That one's up. There it is. Save those. You put down the trigger. So 1 clip right here. Yeah, there it is. That's 1 side up. You come to the other side, do the same thing. Get that up. Bumpers are off. All right, these, they just kind of dangle there. I'm not gonna change those right this second, only because the bigger issue is the circuit boards here and the vibration motors. Hit the vibration motors. Just want to be a little careful with these, because what you don't want to do is disconnect any of the wiring. You push here at the bottom. All right, there. Apply some pressure. It'll pop out the other side a little bit, and then you release that pressure, and it pops right out. There it is. Okay. So this board should be free. Double check any screws. Any people who have watched my first my first video will know that I definitely tried to get out the screws, or take out the circuit board without all the screws out. And then, of course, when you take off the front plate, you can take these off right away, the thumbsticks. Don't tend to do it that fast though. All right. You can also use the thumb sticks, like the stick boxes, to push through to get this board off. Don't yank on it though, because it is still connected by 2 soldered wires here. If I'm not mistaken, those are the radios, like the Bluetooth radio. So you really don't want to mess with that too much. All right. So you have a few hidden screws. I can't even show them to you. Near the bottom of the controller, there's one on the left side, one on the right side, one where the B button is, right next to the B button, and then one in the center of the controller where the share button is. So I'm just gonna take those out real fast. That's one. You wanna make sure that you keep track of all your screws. As I say, as I'm losing one. The good thing about Extreme Rate, the company that I'm not sponsored by in any way, shape, or form, they make a lot of different shells, and I'm just using them to start out instead of having more original ideas. So I'll mix up the plates, or the face plates, with the different buttons, and just come up with a look based on that. They also, whenever they send you their stuff, they all come with their own screwdrivers. So you'll see in a second when I open this up. I have to open up the buttons that I'm going to replace. All right, so I have both of the boards free. I don't like disconnecting anything I don't have to. So what I have here is the board is still connected. I'll flip it over real quick. If I keep the pressure up, it won't be too bad. But there's wires that come across the front. If you can see that, right up under the B button, there's a wire right there. It swoops here and comes through the front. I don't want to disconnect anything because I don't want to reconnect anything. Call it laziness, but definitely not doing all of that. So I've got everything out. Got the membranes out. It will be a little difficult if you decide not to disconnect anything, but in my opinion, it saves a little time because I won't have to reconnect anything. All right, so you want to take your membranes out. Make sure that all your membranes go back in though. All your buttons kind of just take mine out like that. Oop, there it is. Yep, that's all the buttons out. Okay. So first thing I want to do, open up my box here. I did pre-open it. You see, it says Extreme Rate. We have some beautiful, I say they're more like the teal turquoise. I thought they would be a little more green than this, but it'll still go with the aesthetic of the controller. But as you can see, they kind of, depending on how the light hits them, they look a little bit different. Oh, I didn't take out the the D-pad. D-pad is a little difficult to take out because of this here. It's a bracket that holds it in place. That's the only thing holding your D-pad in place. But it's easy enough to take out. It's just kind of finicky and annoying. If I remember exactly how I did it last time, it'd be great because that made it easy. All right, so there's a little tab behind. If you can try to lift it up and push the rest of that housing, or I won't say housing, but this little bracket here, push it through off of the clips. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, well, that was easier than last time. All right, so it comes out in two pieces. You just have to make sure that the orientation is correct. You seat it here and then you push the top part in. But D-pad is here. Got the old D-pad. Doesn't really matter the orientation as long as there is a clear up, down, left, right. All of the sides are the same, or they're not the same, actually. One side is shorter. I'm guessing that's the bottom. Here's hoping. No, the thing about Xbox is that all of their stuff will fit exactly where it's supposed to. So if it's not the way it's supposed to be, it won't fit. Which is great for people like me who are taking their stuff apart. So you seat that right there. I wish I could zoom in a little bit, but you seat it down, and then all you do is push it all the way back. You got your D-pad. Boom, right there. You just want to make sure that little tab goes all the way through and clips. Yeah, because you want the proper tension for your D-pad. If you don't do that, then it will sag to one side. You'll notice it when you're playing games. It'll favor one side. And we don't want any phantom inputs. All right. So next thing I'm going to do are the triggers, because the triggers are basically standalone. Triggers right here. Boom, boom. So got that. And they're labeled. All of the Xbox stuff is labeled really nicely. It literally is hard to mess it up, because if you mess it up, you won't be able to go forward. It'll not tell you, but it'll let you know this doesn't go here. As long as you're not forcing anything, you're really good. So what I'm gonna do is go from the screw side. Once you unscrew the bumper, you go from the screw side, wiggle out a little bit. And the other side is a clip. Or you can do the clip side first. But I tend to do the screw side first because it relieves the clip. It's a little bit easier for me. And this was left trigger. So I need the left trigger, which is here. When you're putting it back in, definitely always go clip side first, because what you don't want to do is damage that portion. All right, so I just want to take this. All the internal screws are the same, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Yep, there she is. Get down here. Doing the other side now for the right trigger. Got the right trigger right here. What I'm gonna do is come out from the screw side, undo the clip. It's gonna take a little bit of messing around with, but it'll come off. Just make sure that you don't unhook or do anything to the vibration motor, because there is a vibration motor right in the trigger. All right. That's sitting back where it needs to be. And back down. Triggers are already installed. That's probably the easiest thing to do. All All right. So Xbox button. I don't have replacement buttons. Extreme Rate does make them, but I'm going to keep this one white. It's going to go in. Boom. And it'll, like I said, it'll seat where it needs to go. You just have to make sure that you put it right side up, not upside down. Got the housing for the cover for the sync button and the bumpers there. Got all of my ABXY, my share button, my sync button. And it's good to go through and make sure that you have all the buttons. God forbid, something happens and you don't get it. They're all labeled, or these ones aren't actually labeled. These ones are imprinted. So I'll show you right now really quickly if I can get two of the same button. Okay, so share button, for instance. If you look at those buttons, try to get those close. You can see that the original is painted, while this one is. I'm doing this like upside down and backwards. If we can get it to focus. Well, can't really see it, but it's imprinted. So it's not exactly printed on. It's you could feel the share button. Okay, so putting in all of my buttons now, making sure that the sync button is going where it needs to go and all that good stuff. Because what you don't want to do is not have a working sync button. Got a sync button in. Okay. Like I said, these buttons, so like the share, not share, it's share on PlayStation. But the menu and options, it's really nice that Xbox has them in a way that they put these little tabs, and I've said it before in my last video, but they have these little tabs so you know the orientation of each and every single button. And I think that's very good for buttons that look a lot alike, because then there's no question as to where they belong. Okay. Kind of don't want to use my tweezers on these because I don't want to. Yeah, let me not use the tweezers. I can just seat them. Yeah, that one's good. I don't want to mess up the nice finish on these buttons here. They look really nice. I really think they're going to look good with the shell that I have picked out. It's going to be very, very nice. There you are. Okay. Those are in. I believe I have all of my buttons. Double checking, because double checking is great. So I'm going to sit the membrane back in. The membrane is only for Xbox, share, menu options. This is B. B is definitely, there's a huge indent. A, Y, X. You just want to make sure that you put it back in that orientation. But like I said, they make it pretty foolproof. Just want to make sure that it's sitting back in there. So it's one button is not seated right. It's not sitting where it should be. Okay. I said, those tabs really help. But when doing it on an extremely flat surface, stuff still comes out. Yep. But it makes it easy to make sure everything goes right into place. All right. So now we have the membrane is back into place. What I want to do, this is the bottom board. So this has to come. Yeah, this is tricky because I didn't want to unplug anything and not about unplugging stuff. Luckily I have big enough hands I can do this. Okay. There we go. Slot you right there. There we go. Oh, and I'm not wearing my gloves. That's one thing that you should always do. Don't be like me. I got excited about this build and I didn't put on my gloves. Your hands have oils in them. What you don't want to do is interfere with any of the connections. Well, putting on my gloves right now, I probably messed up some of the buttons. They're not going to be as shiny as they could have been. Hopefully the person that gets this controller will forgive me for it, though. We'll see. If you go back to my last video, I was wearing my gloves the whole time, so bear with me. I am still new to this. All right, so just want to get this into the bottom here. And like I said, I can't say this enough. I think Xbox wanted their controllers to get customized. They make it really easy to do. Like really easy to do. Everything has a place, and if you don't put something in its place, you know about it. The only thing that becomes a little hard is the testing afterwards, and that's not even all that difficult. Just test it to make sure that you put everything back properly. Okay, this is not seating properly. There's probably going to be a meme out there about me saying that. Seating. I'll give you guys some. Yeah, the culprit is the sync button. Just like my last build, the sync button came out and is making it difficult to put the controller back together again. Yeah, this goes right here. Yeah, this makes it a lot harder. I'm gonna take the tweezers. I'm gonna insert this right here. Just try to get it into place. Boom, boom. And that's all she wrote. Okay. So it's seated nicely. What you can always do is take this, look at the buttons. You should have the A, V, X, Y, I call them start and select still, or start and back buttons. The Xbox button, the D-pad, if you replaced all those buttons, or even if you didn't replace, if you're doing the cleaning, you need to make sure that all of those buttons are. So I'm looking at it from down here to make sure that I can see everything. And everything is in exactly where it needs to go. So it's time to screw the first circuit board down. I'll start with this screw right here because it's centralized. Yep. Okay. So got to go for our hidden screws now, because If you don't do those ones, you'll end up with extra screws and not know why. Okay, got this one here. Just want to be very careful when you're putting these back. There's one. Where's the other hidden screw? That's two. All right. So, I'll even screw down these ones right here, because it doesn't matter if they're screwed down now or a little bit later. But the two that you can see when you first open the controller, I'll screw those down right now. Boom, no problem. What you want to do, what you want to make sure of, is that this little funky octopus looking thing, that's the headphone jack. You want to make sure that the part that's showing to you is face up. So this will be face up. And there's no soldering for the headphone jack. I guess that makes it really easy to replace, but it's just squeezed in between these two parts of the board, or these two boards. You just want to make sure that that is sticking out just enough, and like I said, it'll sit exactly where it needs to go. So what I want to do is I want to put in the vibration motors now before trying to put the boards back together. Just makes it a little bit easier, a little less tension. So put this in here as a little clip. It makes it a little bit hard, but I should be able to get in there. Push it down. This took so long last time. Okay. Of course. Yeah, this part is very finicky. You're just gonna have to rock back and forth on it a little bit. It's just hard to do. Yeah, there it is. Oh no. Yeah, I kind of pinched the wires under there. What you don't want to do, you want those wires exposed and kind of free. Yeah, so just when I thought you got it, I'll take it right back out. Put it right back in. It's all about tension, these two things. So I'm done with one, moving on to the other side. That one went a lot easier. Maybe I'm just getting better at this. Okay. 1, 2. Uh-oh. I'm noticing that I have what looks like an extra screw. I have my 4, 5 there. 1, 2. No, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Yeah, it's looking like I have an extra screw, which is never a good thing. All my screws are in this board. Well, I'm very scared right now. One goes there, one goes here, and there's no other screw here. I got the 2 here. One here, one here. This board, the lower board, has 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. So I'm very puzzled at why I have an extra screw. Extremely so. And it couldn't have come from anywhere else. I am baffled. This is not good. And my external screws over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then what is this one here? Well, I don't want to have to take this all back apart. But there's nowhere else it could. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's crazy. This one, the one I said is right next to the B button. I gotta do that one right now. Yep. See that? Always double check. Coming up on a 37-minute mark. Shouldn't be much longer now. I just want to get this in without having to undo the vibration motors. See if I can save myself a little time. Yep. There she is. Done. All right. This portion, just want to make sure that you have your headphone jack in there. You're going to see it's this weird little thing, but it connects both the boards together. Some type of random, or well, I won't say random. It looks like a proprietary type of slot, but it has 2 slits in it. And then you can see those slits go into the bottom portion. And that's how you line it up and make sure that everything's good. And you'll be able to see when it's ready to line up and go together. It can be a little finicky. Just make sure you have your thumbsticks in those holes where they're supposed to go. I'm actually using like the rest of the lights in the room to get a better feel for exactly when and where they should go down. Okay. Nope. Oh, my headphone jack is acting crazy. Yeah, you gotta make sure all the pieces are sit flush where they're supposed to go, because if not, then it won't do you justice. Okay. Okay. That's that. Okay. So we have a couple more buttons to think about. And this is going to be the final test to make sure that you have those boards connected, because if you don't have them connected, it will, when you try to put these 2 screws back in, the board will bulge a little bit. And that's how you know that little piece didn't get connected properly. Yeah, I can see it from here too. All right, so I'm going to put on the back shell back portion here. Oh, you know what? Let's not do the back shell first. Let's do the bumper housing. So I said this goes here. I'm gonna put down the trigger. All right, so you have this. I wanna make sure you put down the trigger because you're gonna be able to, that's how you're gonna be able to get to the clip that goes on the side there. Put that one down, that one down. Gotta clip that side, clip that side. It's that simple. It's really easy to put these back on. Want to test out the buttons, make sure everything's clicking, nothing's like rubbing up against anything else. Nice and clicky, nice and clicky. And then this portion here is the sync button. And they make it really hard to mess it up. So you want to put the back portion on first, and then the front where the clips go. Wait for the clip to click. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of tension. So, you know, you're gonna have to press harder than you think. That's one. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Yeah, there it is. Yep. Yeah, it's in there. This doesn't feel right though. Okay, no, it's just a short travel. Okay, so that's that. Let's get the back on. Just want to make sure you fit in the battery terminals here. Those battery terminals, you want to make sure you fit those into the back housing first. Those are going to line everything up. There it is. Yeah, so that's all lined up. You can see that white on that. It's a nice contrast. Then what we're going to do is unveil this Galaxy. A little bit of ASMR. A little bit of ASMR for you guys to check that out. Look at that. Again, I said, you know, it's extreme rate. Oh, extreme rate. You know, this isn't my own stuff. You know, I want to give them credit where credit is due. They make a lot of good stuff. So it's more of a stick out the package. It's a little more of a matte feel, but it's also, or matte look, but it's I think it's supposed to be like a little bit of soft touch. I can feel it even through the gloves. It's like soft touch a little bit. I'm going to put the sticks back on. That's one stick. There's two sticks. You know what? Let's take this one off. I think this one looks a little bit better over here. I have a ton of sticks to go through. There you go. Then this right on top there. Yeah. I like that look. Yeah, I really like it. That's nice. You got the white Xbox button. You got a little bit of white on the front. You got the like shiny, like teal. They call it purple and green chameleon because it will definitely shine differently. based on what light is hitting it. But we got to finish this build up by the 45-minute mark. Yeah, let's sew this up real quick. Make sure you get the right bit on. And like I said in my last video, you don't want to tighten all the screws 100%. You know what? I'm going to use the ones that Extreme Rate sent, the screwdriver. It's going to be a little bit harder if you're replacing the shell. It is going to be a little bit harder because you're screwing into like new plastic. And that is going to be a little bit difficult. What you want to do is you want to go around. I like to seat the screws in, screw them in a little bit, and then go back, tighten up everything. If this one would cooperate with me, that'd be great. It's dancing around. Okay, that one's in. I'm gonna stop aggravating myself right now. I'm just gonna take this, put it in, tap it down, make sure it's at the bottom of the screw hole. Do the same for this one. Tap, tap, tap. I'm gonna screw this one in a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, see, that one came out. Screw at the bottom there came out. So squeezing a little bit will help. Squeezing the controller, because the controller is gonna move around a bit because the screws aren't in to keep it. Just squeezing. Ooh, don't do that. Squeezing while you screw will help to make the connection that you need. Yeah. I'm gonna just put that one all the way in. The bottom ones seem to be a little tougher. They were tougher to take out. Seems like they're tougher to put back in. Take this. Get this bottom screw over here and squeeze the control a little bit. Make it easier to get all the way down to the bottom of that screw hole. You want this thing tight. What you don't want to happen is somebody's playing it and then all of a sudden you hear it rattling or anything like that. You get the center one a little bit. All right. That there. Got this one over here. A few more turns. And then just go back to make sure that nothing is coming out. I want this thing to be solid and secure. Then we gotta do these last three pieces. Got the side panel here. Oh, man, I think that won't go on. Hard to take off, hard to get back on. All right, let's clip them in, push, 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 clips in, battery cover. And that's the build. Thanks for joining. Uh, definitely, definitely love making this controller. I like how it came out. It's gonna be difficult when I say when I finally say that I didn't like how a controller came out. But I do like how this one came out. I like the theme of it. Hopefully, you get this one out to somebody sometime soon. But thanks for joining. Definitely drop some comments below. Or I should say, like this direction. Some comments down there. Just say, hey, I don't like what you're doing. Or hey, I really liked what you did. Anything helps. So until next time, you know what I always say, this is Ace of Cross Culture. Stay prayed up and be blessed.